So hello everyone, we are Sat4good team, and we are going to speak to you about one of the major problems in the world, which is ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education. Obviously the three dimensions which Francesco has mentioned is not potentially possible to solve all at once, so we decided to focus on something very specific and try to solve it first. So at the moment in the world there are over 300 children who are not meeting minimum proficiency. When we look at across the world, there is one specific region, which is Sub-Saharan Africa, where this problem is the biggest. What does it mean? It actually means that in terms of proficiency, over 200 children at the primary or lower secondary education, they are not proficient in reading. The school infrastructure is not yet able to support the advanced education we can see here in Europe, meaning that there are no computers in 60% of cases, 75% in cases of schools would not have the internet. And then over 30 million of children are out of school, and this could be reasons such as early pregnancy, discrimination, and then child labor. So what we want to focus is basically children in the primary school who are in the remote locations. So locations which do not have internet access. And as I have mentioned before, this is over like 75% of the schools within Sub-Saharan Africa. So what is our solution is Athena. Athena, you may know as a goddess of knowledge and wisdom. So this is the product we want to market with the help of some partners. What does it mean in terms of solution? Basically, we looked at the market currently. What happens is that there are different NGOs which are very focused on the specific problem, like, for example, upgrading the learning for the teachers. And they will bring the teachers and they will help them to train them. Or they can focus on giving e-learning courses. But again, these e-learning courses are available only in the schools which have internet access. So what we are trying to use, we are trying to leverage the existing e-learning materials which already exist in Africa, in the specific countries. Then what we also want to add is the customized local content. We will take the role model schools in each of the country, and then we will record the curriculum which will help for the primary school children to get the proficiency in reading and mathematics. And then we will put it together on the platform which we call Athena. So Athena is let's say, an equivalent of the massive open online course in the sense that it's focused on the education of primary school children with the local trainings or local curriculum. So how it works? What we want to do is basically have two parts. One is software, which I have explained. This is Athena as a platform, online platform, which will be a place where all of the online courses are stored. And then we need also a teaching kit. This teaching kit is basically a combination of a laptop, a projector, and then internet. The internet becomes available in the remote locations with the help of the satellite. This is where the satellite comes into place. And with the help of the partners, with the help of the satellite companies, we can get the internet. We will work with the partners on getting the hardware, such as Chromebook, mini projectors, to basically bundle together a teaching kit which we can distribute with the help of the NGOs in Africa. Why satellite connection is important? As I mentioned, there is no internet connection. As a consequence, we need, for the courses, for the online courses, we don't want them to be static. We want them to be updated on a regular basis. And that's why for this live content, we need internet connection. So it will be a satellite, done through the satellite connection. We want to ensure that remote communities have access to it. And then we also want to ensure that there is an opportunity to send the data back either to the Ministry of Education or NGOs who are interested in gathering the data about, for example, attendance of the school, what is the performance of the teachers, knowledge of the teachers in that community. The distribution strategy looks like following. We are just giving one example of Democratic Republic of Congo. The red dots you can see here is the schools without internet connections at all, and you can see that they're pretty concentrated in one place around each other. So which means that we would not need that many teaching kits. They can be rotated within the same region between the schools to make it scalable. This is our future vision where we finish. It's not, the platform is not only focused on the primary school, it can be expanded to other dimensions like secondary school, lifelong courses, and help the provide educational materials to teachers. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I would like to know how you are going, I would like to know who will be the customers for these kits, teaching kits, if I understood correctly, Athena, and how you will, I would say, convince them to pay for that. Because this is a matter which is, for sure, there is a business case behind, but it's a matter of, I would say, humanity and...
So there are two primary customers we have identified. One is the basically primary children or primary school children, and then the teachers. One of the main problems in Sub-Saharan Africa, besides the primary school children proficiency, is also absence of teaching staff or unqualified teaching staff. With this type of solution, online courses, we can first of all ensure that underqualified teachers can upgrade their knowledge by just watching what are the best practices which already exist in the local market. And second thing, we can even make people, help educate communities where there is no teachers present as of now, because the only thing which is needed is the internet and teaching kit. In terms of the funding solution, in the initial stage we are considering UN and World Economic Bank, which have specific funding programs for education. On the later stage, we are looking at how we can commercialize and make the products self-sustainable, even from the profitable point of view. The way how we think about it is that if we start expanding and that's the vision, the future vision, if we start expanding the services offered through the platform, some of them can include also the subsidized courses from the commercial organizations. So some organizations would be interested potentially to leverage this platform to educate the local community on certain aspects, like pharmaceutical companies can be interested in educating how to avoid diseases. Facebook can be interested to educate how to use Facebook, or Google to use Chrome, or Microsoft to use Windows. So there are plenty of opportunities, as well as the data. I think access to the data of that local community, which wasn't accessible, was it only accessible through the paper reports previously, will be one of the major drivers also to get the funding, additional funding from the commercial organizations.
Just one further question. You say so maybe Facebook will teach how to use Facebook, some private company will teach how to use, I don't know, any kind of product. Don't you think then it will be more considered as future customers instead of having this social intention?
I think it's obvious that whatever the commercial organizations are doing right now have two side effects. It's both to give back to the community, but also explore the opportunity for further commercial growth, right? So projects like what SpaceX is developing with the satellite constellation to provide broadband internet to the remote areas is also one of the opportunities for them to basically commercialize this. For the companies, we see this as an opportunity, but obviously the curriculum will be managed by the local teachers. So the teachers are up to decide what needs to be broadcasted to the students and what not. And I think this is one of the advantages of the platform, is that we are not just giving the internet access where you can go to the YouTube or you go to the Facebook or you watch what is not actually helping you to boost your educational proficiency. But we are limiting this to the specific curriculum and focusing on the educational purpose, first of all. Does it answer your question? Okay.
In 1 minute, last question, we still have time.
What about, some villages where for some children, even the schools are too far away from where they live? Do you foresee to extend that?
So I think this can be a second stage. In the beginning, what we are looking at, and as shown in the case of in the Democratic Republic of Congo, you can see that the schools are pretty much close to each other. What it means that there is an opportunity for us to leverage one solution for multiple locations. Obviously, when this becomes a more self-sustainable product, there is an opportunity to expand this even further and make it available even to one school in one region. But I think we need to do it step by step, and of course we are looking for a scalable solution. So we need to focus first the big mass of schools, an opportunity to use one solution for many, and then expand it even further.
Thank you.
Thank you.